Hello and greetings, everyone. I got a lot of questions about some of the work that you all have been doing over the past few weeks in regards to one-step equations. And also with that, one of the other things I noticed was a few little things I saw in the work that was turned into me. One of the little things that we should catch before we continue on, because we want to make sure we have the foundation right before we build our house. You know, a weak foundation, a house does not stand. All right. Again, I apologize if you can hear my dog. Every time I come in here to work, he decides this is the time he wants to sleep and he snores like crazy. So just disregard that and let's just get to it. So we're going to start with the one-step equations. I'm going to start with addition and subtraction. As you can see here, we have a subtraction problem, then we have an addition. I'm going to go through, let's say, 6 problems so you can kind of see how I do those. And one of the things with it is, yes, repetition will help. But also with repetition, you have to do it, you know. You can't just say you'll do it. You actually have to try and make an effort, which I've seen from a lot of you, and that is really excellent. Keep that up. Keep pushing, especially in these trying times that we're in now. It is absolutely excellent, if you want to call it that you guys are doing the work here now and turning it in, okay? So without further ado, let's get to it. So in number 1, we have m minus 7 equals 36. Now remember, when we do one-step equations, we always, to put it plainly, we always want to do the opposite of the sign that we're given, okay? So we are given m minus 7 equals 36, or m subtracted 7 equals 36. So when we do these, remember how I always, in class, I love to write out the equation so you can see the steps that I'm making. So when I say the opposite sign, we are going to do, instead of minus 7, we're going to add 7. We're going to add 7 to both sides, okay? Now, you see how I have this, I like to keep this equal sign as kind of the barrier, right? Because whatever we do on this side, we have to do on that side. So that barrier, that equal sign is kind of like your fence, and you want to make sure when you hop the fence, you do the same thing on both sides, okay? So as we go for more visual, minus 7 plus 7 will give me 0. So I like to cancel that out. So that's gone, right? And then I bring down my m, because m isn't connected to anything, so you just bring it down for your new equation, okay? Also, what you bring down is your equal sign. So now I have m equals, because I remember I got rid of this minus 7 and plus 7, so I have m equals, then I do 36 plus 7 will give me 43, okay? 43, and one of the things that I always like to do, I have my answer, I'm gonna circle that, and then what you can always do to double check your work, I try to push that you guys should always double check your work just to be sure. So in order to double check, you take whatever your m is and you just put it in the equation. So let's say 43 minus 7 equals 36. And you can do that on paper or your calculator, and yes, that is correct. All right. So our number 1 problem, we have m minus 7 equals 36. We did our steps, our 1 step, and we made it m equals 43. And that's correct, okay? So again, let's go to number 2 here. we have m plus 10 equals 40. Now remember, I'm using m for these papers. It could be X, it could be A, it could be B, it could be any letter that your teachers, professors, whoever want to use. So just remember that any of these letters, they're just variables. They're a placeholder, okay? They're just a placeholder. So we have m plus 10 equals 40. So like I did on number 1, I saw a minus and I did a plus. So here, since we have plus, we're going to do what? We got a minus. So we subtract 10 from both sides, okay? Subtract 10 from both sides. And then what do? We bring down our m and we bring down our equal sign. Positive 10 minus 10 gives us 0. So now we're just left with 40 minus 10, and that will give us 30. I circle my answer. And to double check, I want to say, okay, so let's say 30 plus 10 equals 40. Is that correct? Yes, it is. So we're good to go there. All right, bear with me. Those are the first two. Now we have 4 more. And I'm doing this so you can just get a good idea of the practice of how to do these. And the beauty of being in video, you can always stop and pause and whatever it is you want to do to make sure that you're doing things correctly. Okay, so let's look at number 3. M plus 43 equals 85. Okay, so these are a little bit larger numbers. Don't fear the larger numbers because we're still going to do the exact same thing we did before. So I have a plus 43. And now I subtract 43 from both sides. Always remember it's from both sides of that equal sign, okay? I bring down my m, bring down my equal sign. 43 minus 43 cancels it out, 0. Now, you can put plus 0, but to avoid confusion, you can just leave it blank. You don't want to throw in any other signs to make you feel like you need to do an extra step when you don't. I remember one time I did plus 0 and then I subtracted 0 from both sides. And it's just an unnecessary step, okay? Work smarter, not harder is what I say, all right? Ow. Okay? Now, we have 85 minus 43. 85 minus 43 will get us 2, 4. Will get us 42. So again, circle that answer. Now we're going to try plug that in. 42 plus 43 equals 85. Is that true? It is. We're good to go. All right. Number 4, m plus 21 equals 38. M plus 21 equals 38. So let's go. First thing we want to do, get rid of the number here. Okay. So remember, one of the things also, you see how I have the m by itself? That's ultimately what we want to do. We want to get our m by itself, or that you kind of a little bit more technical, it'll say isolate the variable. Isolate means by itself. As most of you know in basketball, when they call isolation, that means usually one-on-one. So that's you get everything out of the way, right? So we want to isolate. So we want to get everything out of the way so m can be by itself, okay? So that's when I say, that's why we always start with the first thing. We want to get rid of those numbers because you basically want to have m, a letter, or whatever variable you're using, you want that to be the only thing on the left side. Now, just to be clear, I'm making sure everything is on the left side right now. Problems can be where you will have the variable on the right side, but for our situation, we're just going to stick with the left, okay? So for this one, bring down my m. 21 minus 21, 0. Bring down that equals. Now we have 38 minus 21, which will give us 17. Circle that. Let's plug it in. 17 plus 21 equals 38. Check that. It does work out for us. Yes, it does. Okay. All right. Last two, okay? Well, last two of the addition and subtraction. Let me make sure I get that there. Now, we have m plus 26 equals 63. M plus 26 equals 63. First things first, I'm going to subtract my numbers from both sides to isolate my m, my variable m. Got m by itself. Bring down my equal sign. And now let's do a little bit of math. 26 minus 26. Cancel that out because that's 0. Now we have 63 minus 26. That gives us 1737, right? All right, it could be 37. Let's try that out. So we have 37 plus 26 equals 63. Let's check that, see if that works. Okay, that does work out. Excellent. And the last one here. M minus 31 equals 33. M minus 31 equals 33. Okay? Same routine, same steps we've been doing. We're doing the opposite sign. So we have a minus 31. We're going to have a plus 31. Okay? I'm bringing down my m. Bring down my equal sign. Let's cancel things out. 30 minus 31 plus 31 gives me 0. And then I have 33 plus 31, which gives me 64. All right, 64. And let's try that out now. 64 minus 31 equals 33. Let's see. 31, 33. And correct. All right. Okay, so those were a few problems that I did dealing with addition and subtraction in regards to one-step equations, okay? So there are 6 problems here. I'm going to slowly pan up again so you can see all the problems, okay? So remember, we are doing the opposite sign. The opposite sign, all right? So if it's addition, you use subtraction. If it's subtraction, then you use addition, okay? So this is for one-step equations. As you can see, we only did plus, well, it is one step. You add 7 to both sides, so that is one step. So that is one-step equations in regards to addition and subtraction. All right. Thank you all for watching the video. I hope that you all are doing well. Continue to do well with your work in my class and others. Stay positive, stay strong. Mr. Kairos is thinking about you, and I hope that you are all doing well, and I can't wait to see you again. All right? Take care, everybody.